So I made a video about lane splitting, but it was a while ago, and it was one of the first videos I made. It's not very good. I don't actually lane split through the whole video, so I figured I would start this one off by lane splitting and talking about it. The reason I'm doing this is because I made it on another video where I start yelling at some cab driver for being a horrible driver. Meanwhile, a lot of people commented that it's my fault because I shouldn't be lane splitting. So I figured I should make another video and really point out why you lane split. And the reason why you lane split is because it's better for everybody. It's done all over the world, and it reduces traffic congestion overall, and it's a much better way for bikes to get around, because contrary to what most may think, it's actually safer than staying behind a car and waiting to get sandwiched. You know, when you lane split, you take control of the situation. By taking control, I mean you open up the area that you could use. Basically, if I, like, say where I'm standing right now, if that car behind me doesn't see me, he could basically just go right up and throw me off. But it still wouldn't be that bad as if there was a car in front of me right now and the car behind me turned me into the ham part of a sandwich. So by lane splitting, you're usually in between lanes, you know, so that can't happen. And here in the US, like in California is the only place where you could lane split legally. This is not California, by the way. And the thing is, it's been in the HURT report, which is basically the only study that, as far as I know, and also the best study of motorcycle accidents and why they happen. It's been found that motorcycles that lane split are 30% safer than those who don't. So by not lane splitting, I'm actively putting myself in danger. I mean, and people point out that, well, people get mad when you lane split. And see, this is when I lane split, only when the traffic is low, and I don't know if this guy's going or not. I'm just gonna go around. Like at very slow speeds like this, usually just when it stopped. Right now I just did it just to show you mostly. Normally just when it's totally stopped, I would do it. I'm not really trying to get anywhere right now, so I'm just showing you. And the only thing dangerous about it is if someone opens the door, yeah, I'm gonna run into that door. But opening doors is illegal, and if I get hurt, you know, especially since I have it on tape, they're gonna be sued because you can't do that. You know, that's being a psychopath trying to kill someone because you're mad that you're jealous, basically, that they're getting through faster than you are. So let me go right here too. And it's not like I'm getting in front of anyone, because it's basically I'm creating a third lane. I'm doing all the paving work of creating a third lane for motorcycles here in the middle, and it's reducing the traffic overall. Like in the study in Belgium, they found that if only 10% of motorcycles, I mean 10% of cars became motorcycles. If people, 10% of commuters, instead of driving to work, took a motorcycle to work, it would take everybody's commute down by 40%. It would have basically the effect of basically paving an extra road on the whole city. So it's good for everybody, not just me and the motorcycle. I'm helping. You should be thanking me. And some people do. They open up when they see I'm lane splitting, so that's nice of them. I mean, some people are asses and try to close the gap, but with this little motorcycle, I can always squeeze in. It's very hard to block me off just because there is enough room there. That's the fact. There's plenty of room for a third lane of motorcycles, and and it doesn't affect the car. You know, I get through the traffic and I get to where I'm going, and it just, the only thing it does is it minimizes the traffic for anybody that would potentially have been behind me if I was in a car, and that would just make them be that much later. So, you know, that's really what it is. Now, if you're a motorcyclist and you're doing this, you have to be careful how you do it. You know, you just have to make sure you don't do it fast. Do it just at slow speeds. Don't go do it in the highway, you know, with cars going at full speed, or anywhere where cars are going at the speed that they're supposed to be going, you know. But it's only when there's so much traffic that cars are going slower than they're supposed to, then it is acceptable, you know, to clear up the traffic. But if everybody's going 35 on a 35, you can't be the one speeding going through traffic. And I think that might be the reason why people frown upon it here in the US, is because when they think of lane splitting, they think of, you know, doing that, going faster, you know, speeding and enabling your speeding by lane splitting. That's not what I mean at all. I mean, when cars are stopped or going extremely slow because of congestion, just doing what you could obviously do because you have a motorcycle. You could obviously just go through the middle and not do that to yourself of waiting in traffic. I mean, why would you want to? It's like saying people have to wait behind you in line when you're in a car. No, I mean, first of all, it is nowhere near as comfortable as being in a car when you're in this hot sun. We don't have air conditioners. The only thing that keeps us cool is the air blowing through. So when we're stopped, we have no cooling system. Now imagine you waiting in your car with no air conditioner, you know, on a hot day. It gets pretty freaking hot. And so for us, it's basically not something we could really do. I mean, there's plenty of things to be, I think, concerned about. If you want to think of motorcycle safety, you should wear a helmet. You know, in most states in the US, I think it's most states, you don't even have to wear a helmet. And, you know, that's something if a politician wants to stick his nose into, if it's for the sake of making, you know, of safety, providing a safety net, like, you know, instead of being like, oh, you can't lane split because I think it's more dangerous, even though statistics prove that it's not. They should make, you know, they could just make it, you know, work on their helmet law, make it that you have to wear a helmet. That's something that is proven to save lives. But not allowing to lane split is like you're doing the opposite. It's like making a law against airbags, you know. The law is actually making things more dangerous for motorcyclists, you know. And that's the main part of it. I mean, we don't have any way to protect ourselves. It's just our ability to get away from cars to be in what we feel is the safest place in the road. And normally that happens to be in between the cars, not directly behind them. But anyway, I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. I'll get back to you if I can. Alright, peace out.